Today, we'll be talking about this whole Derek Carr situation, which is pretty crazy with the amount of stuff that I definitely want to talk about in today's video. Now, of course, if you guys do not know what I am talking about with the whole Derek Carr, because it's not only just this crazy with Derek Carr, it's also involves Derek Carr, of course, it involves us, the Saints. Mostly, I don't know how long ago this was. I think it was a few months ago. I can't remember if it was like towards the end of the season last year or if it was like at some point at the beginning of the year earlier this year at the beginning of the year back in like January or something. Back in like January or something, I believe it was. Derek Carr apparently announced something of potentially wanting to come out of retirement and potentially try to play football again for the 2026 season of some sorts. But it's just kind of a crazy scenario that it's now putting us in, and that, of course, Derek Carr is in. Because technically, Derek Carr is still under contract with us a little bit. I don't really know. I mean, I've kind of said before, and I've kind of said before on my channel a little bit. What is wrong with my mouse? I've kind of said it before a little bit on my channel. I'm not big with the whole money contract stuff, you know. I don't know what's going on with my. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. It keeps flashing. I probably need it. I'm so sorry. I probably need to change the battery or something. Um, but of course, he is still. I think that's where I left off. Still under contract with us, and I don't know that big with like contract stuff and all that. So I'm gonna try my best to just talk about the stuff and just see just gonna give you guys my thoughts on it and all that. Before we get more into it, of course, you guys know as always, if you guys are new to the channel or haven't yet here on the BrewCrew channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the BrewCrew channel. Of course, I do football content like this, do wrestling content as well. If you guys guys have seen my videos before and all that, or not new, whatever. I know it's been a while since my last video. Been kind of down the past few days. My first recording since I recorded Saturday, which the review video I did for Elimination Chamber was Sunday. So this is my first record in a while. I wanted to try to record earlier this week, but I was not feeling well. My throat has been killing me. Not really hurting right now. Not really bothering me right now, but trying to power through. If you kind of hear it in my voice a little bit, if it's a little bit different than last video, that is. But I'm power through to make this video. But with that out of the way, let's go. Whoa, excuse me. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. Probably not really much to talk about, really. Just kind of talk about this whole situation. We kind of have to go back to this whole situation, really back into the 2024 season, which is probably a season a lot of fans, including me, would like to not remember, besides probably the first 2 weeks. Because, of course, the first 2 weeks of the 2024 season for the Saints were amazing. If those 2 weeks was the whole season of 2024, we possibly could have had a playoff run, but it was just for some reason, I don't know. I don't know what happened after that point. And then, of course, we fire a head coach who was Dennis Allen. We fired him in the middle of the season. Derek Carr gets injured, which was his shoulder injury, which is what, of course, we're about to talk about a little bit, and was out for the rest of the season. And then, of course, there was the stuff also before his retirement, there was the stuff about him, if it was a shoulder. I don't think we knew it was a shoulder injury when he got injured. I think we didn't find out until after the season we found out it was a shoulder injury or something. I can't really fully remember for some reason now, but I'm remembering there was some, not controversy, but there was something crazy going on with that. And then when we found that out, we're seeing, of course, the stuff with apparently him and his brother, David Carr, former number one overall pick, who's one of the biggest busts in NFL history. Both of them apparently have now, I believe they now have apparently a podcast now, and they apparently have a YouTube channel. And there was that going on, and then he announced his retirement, and there was just so much stuff going around to where he was just continuing to start not being liked or loved by fans or the city of New Orleans. But now more news with him and the Saints is coming out over these past few months, these past few weeks, of him potentially wanting to come out of retirement and play football again. Apparently, he is, I believe, healed up from his shoulder injury, apparently, and now apparently is wanting to come back and play football and wanting to play for the 2026 season. But he, of course, is technically under contract with us. And since he's still under contract with us, I believe the choice is either he can come back and play for us or be on the team with us, or he can, or he gets like traded or something, or be like traded to another team, who would also not only get him, but would also have to figure something out with his contract, that he's on. So there is that, but of course that's probably that's what it's looking like the Saints are doing, or what is happening is that he's potentially going to get traded, or is planning or trying to get traded, is what I believe the Saints are trying to do. I believe, but are trying to do, but here's the thing: not a lot of teams are really wanting or trying to get Derek Carr, especially at first. There was not a lot of teams to want Derek Carr, and I don't know if it's just because like Derek Carr is just coming out of retirement after a shoulder injury, or that it's Derek Carr. And of course, the two seasons he had with us, he didn't really have productively good seasons. I mean, not that big success that probably myself and others probably thought he would have had with the Saints. I was probably one of the optimistic fans that thought we could have had some sort of big success with him, and thought maybe the second season that was going to happen, and then no, it all came crashing down. And the other thing is, like, we already got our guy right now with Tyler Shook, and we're focusing on Tyler Shook as the quarterback one and the future face of the franchise quarterback for us for the next season and the next seasons on. So there's really no need for us to have Derek Carr or whatever. But apparently there are two teams. Apparently there was one like yesterday when I was looking at this stuff, but apparently now two. The New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings apparently are two potential landing spots, mentioned potential landing spot destinations for Derek Carr. Now, at the time of me recording this video, or hopefully when this video is uploaded, nothing has been official yet of a trade, anything of that sort, of Derek Carr being with the team or anything like that. So nothing has been made official. It's just the Jets and the Vikings are apparently two landing spots that the Saints are trying to look at. I believe are still so sorry. Still trying to look at. I really don't know. So yeah. So that's definitely going to be interested. Of course, I'll let y'all know if something comes up again or whatever. If something comes up of news of that, so I'll probably let y'all know for that. But of course, a lot of this revolves around his contract, really, if he gets traded or whatever. So what was his contract that he originally signed with us? The original contract he signed, he only spent 2 seasons with us. He originally signed a 4-year contract worth $150 million, $100 million guaranteed. That was a lot of money that we were paying him, and a lot of fans were not very optimistic about that many years and that much money being put on him. Maybe if we would have just signed him to the 2-year deal, maybe it would have been a 2-year deal or a much shorter deal. Probably would not have hit so much of our cap room. That's probably another reason why fans don't really like him, because of how much freaking cap space he had to freaking take, or that we had to pay him, because we suck and all that. We don't suck now, but God, man, that was just a horrible time. It's apparently 2025 structure of his of course, I think I did talk about this a while back. They restructured his deal, converting the salary into a bonus, lowering his 2025 cap hit to roughly $20.4 million, guaranteeing his 2025 cash flow. I think I talked about this. I can't really remember. His 2026 outlook, however, Salary cap hit is scheduled to rise though to 69.2 million. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think that's probably bad. I don't know. Again, I'm not good with the money stuff of football or NFL. But the potential move, it mostly looks like this is either two things. It's either trade him or the Saints can release him in 2026 with a post June 1st designation to save over 40 million, making his departure likely. So mostly meaning they can end up releasing him if, I think, by a deadline, which I believe it looks like June 1st is this deadline, I think, or something, that they can release him and they can still be able to save up a good amount of money, which would be over $40 million, saving up with releasing him, I believe. The trade status is any team looking to require him would likely need to address his contract, as he has a no trade clause, apparently. With apparently no trade clause or whatever that means. I mean, of course, the other contract hurdle that I kind of see here is that of course he's on a list called reserve/retired list, which means any team would need to trade with the Saints, but then also have to consider a major obstacle for his contract. So there is that situation. I know it's a lot to really try to understand. I still, gosh, I still don't really understand it that well. But if you guys understand it that well, let me know in the comments or anything. If you guys understand it more better than I do, more better than I do, definitely let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, really, this is just crazy. I mean, it's crazy just not only for Derek Carr, it's just crazy for the Saints, because it's just like, we've already had to deal with this guy for 2 seasons, and now we have to deal with this guy of him now wanting apparently to come back and play, and now it's like, well, now we have to figure out how to trade you, because you're technically still in the contract, and it's either we trade you or we release you, and you go try to find yourself on a team another way, which that might be the way to go, because I mean, even if he does get released, I mean, no team is wanting to trade for him besides 2 teams who definitely are in need for a quarterback, like the Jets and the Vikings. But I don't know. I mean, it's also just crazy of how it's been over the past really year with him. You know, he has not the controversy, like I said before, but the issues with like him potentially having a shoulder injury, not having a shoulder injury, having to have surgery, not having surgery, then potentially when he's announced that he had surgery or whatever, the next freaking day he ends up posting his first video with his brother on their YouTube channel that they end up making together, and then like a while later he ends up announcing his retirement from the NFL, and then now apparently months later after that he's deciding like, I want to unretire and I want to come back and play football. And it's like I don't. And apparently he's serious. This is what I'm seeing. He's apparently been very seriously considering of unretiring and returning to play football. But it's just like, it's just apparently a whole bunch of hurdles that the team has to go through, and then he has to go through to at least make him play. So it's just a lot. It's just a lot, and I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it. I know I didn't really get much into detail, or like, I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on it and all that. I know I'm not really big with like the contract money aspect of the NFL, of football. I try my best to talk about it and all that, but I'm not really big with that part of NFL and that part with football, you know. But I mean, we'll just see where this goes and where it takes us. You know, if we do see Derek Carr back, if we see him get traded, if we see him just apparently get released as a retired player, and then somehow tries his luck there. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's just, Derek Carr right now about to have a crazy career. I mean, he already had. But, Derek Carr had never really been that top tier of a quarterback, you know. I mean, I said it before, I was one of the fans that kind of was optimistic, I should say, about Derek Carr coming to New Orleans, because I was like, oh, he's going to probably give us a good couple wins and all that, maybe could do something. I wasn't really expecting him to be a quarterback to bring us to a Super Bowl, but I thought he could bring some sort of success to where maybe we could get a younger quarterback talent like a Tyler Shook and all that. But of course, that didn't really pan out. I mean, we got Tyler Shook now, so I mean, so I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. It was still kind of long, 15 minutes, but probably not as long as I probably thought it would be. But anyway, I kind of said what I wanted to say with it and all that. Again, that's mostly just why I wanted to make this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Excuse me. Let me know in the comments down below y'all's thoughts on this whole thing and anything else. And let me know if you guys see anything before this video comes out. Because, of course, it will probably will be Thursday as you guys are watching this or something when this video is out. But let me know in the comments down below y'all's thoughts. If anything comes up before I say anything about it, let me know in the comments and all of that. And yeah, I think that's all. If you guys made it all this way to this point in the video, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys know, as always, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the BrewCrew channel. Hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful day. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.